Hey guys, this is Larry King here. Just won my first, I guess, major cash on Ultimate Bet, 10K guaranteed. This is my first video, so I wanted to kind of go over the hands that I played, and I know I still have a lot of leaks that I can fix, but just wanted to go over my thought processes and see if you guys can give me any advice if I could have played any hands better. I got incredibly lucky throughout, so but I guess we'll go through it. I'll just go over the hands which I played. 7-8 suited. I limped in from early position, probably not the best play, but it was early and I just wanted to see a flop. So limped. There was a raise behind me. I figured just see a flop, see if I can smack a good flop. If so, I could get some chips, but I missed. So just gave up. Going through next hand, king queen suited under the gun. I just smooth called. Give me a sec. So limped in under the gun. I think that's just too strong of a hand just to fold. Probably should though, but it's min raised by the hijack. Call. Obviously I'll just call here, and I missed. So then checked around, check, and I hit a king. I bet out possibly for value. I didn't really think anybody had the ace, and a weaker king may call me here. So, and then there was a raise, so I gave it up. So moving along, ace jack in the big blind. There was a raise, a limp, and then a raise on the button. I mean, he could have any number of hands here. It could just be a steal. I don't think I can just fold ace jack here. So I just smooth, just flat, and there's a caller behind me. Flop my ace. And I check. He c-bets about half the pot. I don't think he hit. I really think that he's just testing to see if there's a club out there. So I make a min raise to see where he's at. So fold, and he just folds. So he didn't have an ace, obviously, or a club, so just took it down. Next hand, 8-10 in small blind. Button limps. I feel like I should just complete here. No reason to get too crazy out of position. And miss the flop. Check. Ace on the turn. I check, and an 8 on the river, completing a flush, giving me a pair. So I check. I don't think I'm going to really get called by anything that doesn't have me beat. So my pair takes it down. Alright, moving. Next hand here. Pocket tens. Folded to me, standard open. And it's folded to me, which is fine. Let's see, king 10. I think I just call this. Then there's a raise, so I just think I'll let it go. So 6-9 suited on the button. Let's see what happens here. There's a limper cut off, so I feel like I can just take a flop, and I flop a pair. So I just bet it and get a call. turns an 8, so I think that's a good card for me. I think he would raise an 8. So he checks. So I make another bet. Take it down. Pocket sevens. Middle position. Folded to me. I make almost a 3x. And take it down. Alright. See what happens here. Big blind. Okay. Flop an open-ended draw here. Check. Small bet. Definitely calling here. Check. And I'm done. Alright, 9-8 suited. Small blind. There is a 3x early position. Call. Definitely calling here. I feel like I have the odds. Flop a big hand. And I'm open-ended. Check, check, check. Alright, now I have a pair. I let out here. I really think an ace would have bet the flop. Obviously somebody could have flopped the nuts or something, but that's what I'm going to find out. There's a smooth call. He could have a lot of different hands here. Possibly a jack. Doesn't believe I have the ace. So I'm going to obviously proceed with caution here. River's a blank. Check, and he bets the pot. So I really don't think this is a bluff here. I think either he flopped a big hand, possibly he might have the nuts, he might have king queen, and just been still playing it the whole time, and obviously I just can't call here. So okay, here we go. 10 jack on the button. There's a raise with a caller. Now normally I wouldn't call, obviously, with 10 jack suited, but I think in position I can have a chance of hitting a reasonably big hand here. So I call. Flop top pair, and there's a bet. I feel like it's a feeler. I'm not just going to fold here. So I make a slightly larger than a min raise, just to test him and see how big his jack is. And he shoves. So he must have at least king jack, queen jack here. So I'm just going to let it go. In hindsight, I probably should have just folded and I would have saved a bunch of chips. But that's what I'm still learning. So, alright, let's move on. Pocket threes. I'm obviously calling here for set odds. Probably could raise since I'm in position, but I think I felt that I was low stacked, and I figured I could limp, and even if I did hit my set, I would still get reasonably paid off. So I figured that I would just limp, especially with a lot of limpers in front of me. And there was a shove and a reshove, so obviously I can't call the threes. And let's just see what happens here. Okay, yeah, I'm done. Alright. Let's see. Alright, 7-5 suited. In the big blind. Early position raiser. I feel like I'm just going to call here. Probably not the best call, but if I hit a big flop again, I feel like I could double. And look at that. I'd say that is probably one of the best flops I could see, considering. So checks, and he bets a little. He overbets the pot. I really put him on like ace king here. I really don't think he has an overpair. Just because he did bet so big. I mean, I guess he could have it and trying to get out any draws or anything like that. But I think that I can take this down with a shove, which was kind of my plan originally. Once I saw that flop with a flush draw and a gut shot, so I shove, and he calls. Well, I run right into the nut flush draw. So yeah, not in good shape here, obviously. Turns a blank, but wait, bink, on the river. Luck sacked out. And yeah, so I was drawing very slim, but hey, can't complain. So there's a much needed double there. Ace king, there's a raise under the gun. So I 3-bet here in position. I think that's just about a 3x right there. Folded, and he folds, which is fine. I'll 3x there probably every time, just with position, and I know he was under the gun, but it could have been ace queen, ace jack, something like that. So I feel like re-raise there is fine. If he shoves, probably have to call. So dry spell. Ace 3 suited in position here. Let's see what happens. It's a 2.5x. Again, probably should just fold here, but I call. And I miss, so I'll let it go. Let's see what happens here. Oh, I just open fold 6-7 suited. Which I guess I would have folded it anyway. 10, probably just fold. Yeah, it was an in-raise. And a shove. Aces. And I hit a queen. So that would have been no good. 7's here. I make a 3x in middle position. Let's see, and it folds around to me. Pick up queens in the small blind. And there's just a shove on the button. And obviously, I mean, he has me covered, but I'm not just going to fold here. He could just have any ace, Broadway cards, small to medium pair. If he has aces or kings, oh well. That's just, I mean, I seriously doubt anybody would just open shove his whole stack. You know, 30 big blinds with that big of a hand. So I'm calling. And he had king 4. And he did hit a 4, but luckily my queen's held up. And now I'm chip leader at the table. So thank you, sir. Let's see here. I limp with queen jack suited. Again, probably should have came in for a raise if I wanted to play it. So obviously with his stack size, I'm not just going to call here and see if I can hit. So I'll just let it go. Alright, pick up 10s here. Fold it around to the button. Few shoves again. With 10s, again, same thing with the queens. And again, I mean, you'd think that he tried it one time, it didn't work. I don't know why he did it again, but I'm calling. And he shows up with ace 9, which I guess is a little bit more reasonable. Still, absolutely no reason why he should be shoving his entire stack. 20 big blinds, give or take, 20 plus with that hand. And I hold, thankfully. I really think that these were gifts, obviously, because in a normal situation, I don't think anybody would just be shoving their whole stacks. They'd be making 3x's and just trying to steal the blinds. But I think obviously the reason why I did so well in this tournament is because of these two hands. So thank you, Called to Serve, for those easy double ups there.